I can tell when someone is listening to me by them engaging in my conversation. Instead of just letting me drone on and on and on and pretend like they're listening, I like engaging and feedback. I definitely look for feedback when I'm speaking to someone. I can also tell that someone is listening to me when they can tell me what I said a week ago. Like, oh, remember when you said this last time? It's kind of similar to this situation this time. My ex-husband is somebody who is very good at listening to me. He's got great listening skills. One, because he remembers everything I say and when I said it. And two, because he always engages. If I'm stressed out, he helps me through that situation. And he gives me alternatives and ideas and motivation. He's very motivational. If I'm happy, he shares in my celebration and we can celebrate together, and he'll tell me good job, and he's very genuine and sincere with all of his feedback and his helping me. When someone doesn't listen to me, it definitely makes me feel unimportant, and it makes me feel like they're not focusing on me. There is absolutely no focus on me and whatever I need to relay to this person. Also, a big one is the back channeling cues. When someone's just like, okay, yeah. And they're acting like they're listening, but you know they're not really listening. A time that I'm not being listened to is when I tell my father not to give my children sweets. I have 2 boys, 3 and 7 months, and the 3-year-old had to get a bunch of cavities filled in his mouth. Almost every tooth had a cavity. I used to live out of state, and I moved back home to Texas about a year and a half ago, and all of a sudden he had a mouthful of cavities. And he also has chipped teeth. So he's got very sensitive, very unhealthy teeth. They're just not strong, and that's by genetics. So when my father's constantly trying to give them sweets, even the 7-month-old, like, you don't need to give a 7-month-old chocolate. He just doesn't listen to me. He thinks I'm being mean to my children, but I feel disrespected as their mother and the authoritative figure when I'm telling them no, and then they run to my father because they know he's going to say yes. I can tell he doesn't listen when I'm telling him these things is because he brushes it off and he says, oh, they'll be fine. It's no big deal. Even though, like I said, my child has a mouth full of caps and fillings, and also chipped teeth from falling on the playground. They just chip. And another reason that I know he doesn't listen to me is because he keeps trying to do it. Any chance he gets, he tries to give them chocolate and donut and cakes and cookies, and he's still continuing to buy these snacks in large quantities whenever he can, just to load them up with sugar, when he knows I don't like that. I wouldn't say it personally affects my relationship with him because it's not hurting me when he gives them the sweets. It's hurting them. So it affects his relationship with them because I in turn say, I don't want you to take the boys alone. When my son is very close to him, I'm like, I don't want you to go to the store with him. And I'm very hesitant and sometimes nervous when I have to leave the house and go to school, and he's at home with the boys knowing that there's a stash of sugar at the house. However, I'm not unmotivated in telling him important things because overall I know he's concerned about their health. I know that he loves them, and he just means it sincerely from a good place in his heart.